Chapter 52 of Baki Rahen has officially released, and Baki Hanma may have officially made his return to the series. But before I start today's video, if you would like to interact with me, my community, show off your art, drop some memes, talk in general, or maybe even self-promote, then you can join the Discord that can be found in the description box below. But anyway, in the last chapter of Baki Rahen, Jack Hanma and Karu Hanayama's battle had officially come to a close, as well as Baki Hanma making his first leading appearance in Baki Rahen, which could be accredited to his new stalker, Katao Kiyosumi. Chapter 52 of Baki Rahen, titled Child's Play, with the cover of today's chapter being Baki Hanma with a blank stare on his face, with the text stating, "A savage nature lurks behind those beautiful eyes." And we are right where we left off, with Katao trailing behind Baki and stalking him, with the plan of getting a jump on him when he is least expecting it. Trailing him is all well and good, but he has got to get him before he makes it home. Just when do I make my move? And we're seeing a new Katao Kiyosumi, as Katao is still somewhat far away from Baki and also directly behind him, though Baki had then proceeded to take a right turn into an alleyway very quickly, leaving Katao in a bit of a panic trying to keep up, as Baki had then seemed to disappear. And when Katao had turned around the corner, he saw a parking lot sign and no sight of Baki, though Baki was then seen just standing there with his hands in his pockets waiting for his stalker to reveal himself. It was pretty obvious and predictable that Baki had known that he was being stalked, but for Katao this is revolutionary, as he has been severely underestimating Baki. "So you knew, huh, that I was behind you? You were giving off a pretty intense vibe," as Katao seemed pretty confused that Baki was not taking him serious at all. Katao then became very serious himself and most likely angry as well. "I've got some doubts about you." And Baki was more shocked by this than an entire person stalking and trailing him around the streets and alleyways of Tokyo. Is Baki Hanma really as strong as the rumors say? Baki then looked extremely excited about Katao saying this, meaning Baki is still to a degree interested in fighting. Katao then spat onto the floor. "You sure look like you are not afraid of anything, but come on, are you really that strong?" Baki remained caught off guard, while Katao was still fuming with a mix of anger and excitement. This is not like you at all. Katao, from you I would have expected an ambush." This absolutely clowns on Katao's entire plan of sneak attacking Baki. "What the hell? What do you mean from me? Is my reputation really that bad?" And he says this like he wasn't plotting the meanest sneak attack in existence. I mean, this was a multi-day operation. "Hey, maybe the reason I did not sneak attack you was because I did not need to," as Baki had then swung his fist mere inches from Katao's face with insane speed. Rock. Katao then swatted Baki's fist away, shocked. Rock? But Baki had then placed his middle finger pushing up on Katao's left eyelid and his pointing finger on Katao's right eyelid, forming scissors. And this is when, out of desperation and honestly probably embarrassment, Katao threw a kick with his left leg, though Baki would then make a complete and utter mockery out of this attack, as Baki had then said paper and backhanded Katao in his balls. The Hanma tradition. Katao was met with the strike of doom and despair as he then dropped to the floor clinging onto his baby makers for his life, while also screaming in agony. Katao was laid out and Baki had then began standing over him so that he could mock him. "Come on, I didn't smash them, I merely gave them a little pat," as Katao was still huffing and puffing on the ground recovering. Katao had an open palm and Baki had ended up extending a hand while trying to resume another conversation. But Katao was not going for any of that, and he had gripped Baki's hand back and tried to pick Baki up with a single arm. But let's just say that did not work at all. And all that ended up happening was Katao slipping upside down while Baki was continuing to hold on to his grip while standing right side up effortlessly. Though Katao had landed right side up and was in complete and utter shock. So hey, we are already shaking hands, so how about we call it a day? As Baki had seemed pleased and Katao had seemed to be proven wrong and starstruck. I'm sorry for not believing, Baki's strength does not disappoint, with Katao making his return as the perfect one chapter long antagonist. And this chapter has officially set up Baki Hanma to make his long awaited return to fighting some of the main casting characters in Baki. And this would be perfect for Jack Hanma, as Baki is in my opinion the best fighter to test out a character's strength overall. And this would work especially well for Jack Hanma, as Baki has proven to be invulnerable to many attacks, and also, as far as my knowledge goes, he has never been bitten by Jack Hanma. And as a matter of fact, he has not sparred or even fought with Jack since Baki the Grappler, which was like 10 years ago. And Baki Rahen will be on break next week, with chapter 53 of Baki Rahen releasing on October 8th for American and European viewers and the 9th for those who are in Asia. In today's chapter, I have been constantly seeing resemblances and similarities between Katao and Jack Hanma. As similarly to what Katao had done in today's chapter, Jack Hanma constantly wants to test the strongest fighters in the world, and needs to see everything for himself rather than listening to rumors, which we have previously learned when Jack had not known of Karu Hanayama, meaning Jack knowing any rumor is pretty much outruled, especially when considering Hanayama's clout as a mob boss. And even down to the ball attack, Katao had the same reaction as Jack Hanma, and I believe this could be some more foreshadowing for Mitagaki about Jack Hanma versus Baki Hanma, which will almost certainly take place sometime during Baki Rahen. And this could honestly happen quite soon, as Itagaki has a tendency to always usher in a new antagonist throughout a couple chapters before then of course beginning the fight itself. And it seems that is exactly what is currently taking place. And I think Jack does not stand a chance against Baki quite yet. Baki is simply on another level and has passed up every character besides the exceptions like Yujiro Hanma and debatably Musashi Miyamoto. But if and when this match does actually take place, I think Jack will use Baki's confidence and cockiness against him, as Jack would then be able to get some bites off, which would lead to Baki having to worry about blood loss, which has been a driving and determining factor in almost every single one of Jack's fights, as of recently of course. And as we have also yet again recently seen in the case of Hanayama, he was doing fantastic against Jack and actually looked invincible, but after knocking Jack Hanma out, Hanayama was left standing unconscious thanks to the I believe 3 bites that Jack had actually managed to land onto him. And when it comes to these bites, they were not effective on Hanayama at all. That is, up until it was too late for Hanayama. You see, that is why Jack Hanma's Gaudo is so dangerous, deadly, and honestly horrifying. If Jack bites you, even if you manage to walk it off and just continue the fight like nothing happened, those bites will eventually add up, and if they're in the right spots, they don't even need to do that. If Jack lands a bite in the right spot like he had done to Sukune and Hanayama now, you will be doomed unless you practically knock Jack's head off. Knocking Jack out is not enough anymore. He will always get back up and he will always continue biting, as he will do anything for the win, leaving only 2 plausible options. Either 1, you end him completely forever, or 2, you render him completely defenseless like Motobe had done when Jack had tried to fight Musashi Miyamoto. When it comes to the fighters in the Bakiverse, this makes their job extremely difficult, as Motobe had done this before Jack had learned his Gaudo, and I cannot stress enough how important this part of Jack's life is. Jack has changed his vision. He's not a crybaby anymore, and he certainly is not a glass cannon. Now, Jack is simply one of the strongest fighters in the Bakiverse that wants to make a name for himself at any means possible, with no distractions anymore. And if you made it this far in today's video, comment down below your favorite Baki characters so I can know who the real ones are. But that will be all for today's video. Once again, if you would like to interact with me, my community, show off your art, drop some memes, talk in general, or maybe even self-promote, then you can join the Discord that can be found in the description box below. And if you enjoyed today's video and would like to support me, then you can leave a like and subscribe. It is completely free on your end and helps me out way more than you may think. And also, yet again, we're closing the gap on 10,000 subscribers, and at 10k, I'm gonna be giving away a little bit of money to you guys. And who doesn't like money, am I right? So if you're interested in that, click the subscribe button. Who knows, you might even be the winner. But that is going to be all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!